call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Tennessee Volunteers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Arizona will kick off to get things underway. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. They'll try the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To the ground with the back. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10. Easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
They go to the ground. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Trying play action. Quick strike complete. Crosses the 30, he's going. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football, and this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I'll tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
And they talked about it this week with us. They talked about wanting to start this football game fast. Nothing like taking the opening possession, using your script to your advantage, and then getting closer and exerting your physicality, running the football in, off to a hot start for this offense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're set to kick it off, and Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Football with the run. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll try to get it through the air. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown ball! You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida State went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Seminoles ever do that? Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. looking to throw on first down. Picked off! What a play by this defense! Got room on the return. Finally brought down, but what a play not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So here is the Tennessee offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Off the play fake on first down. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the toss. Fighting off the defender. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
The closer you get to the end zone, the more you start to bring big bodies on the field, right? The field shrinks. I'm worried about you running the football, particularly up the middle. But how about the offense? Does a nice job tossing the ball on the perimeter, going out there, getting some positive yards, trying to get 7. I ain't settling for no field goal.
And here comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Fires it. Working that left side. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. From the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Hey guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Finds the tight end. Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play has this offense in business. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're on offense, you see so much of this nowadays. You see misdirection. You see somebody flying across the formation. Why? To get the eyeballs of those linebackers, to get them to move out of a gap, one space. Works to perfection here. That's why they break off the big gain on offense.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Takes a hit as he fires. He's got his man across the middle. Tackle is made, but how about the toughness with this junior just standing in the fire and delivering the ball? Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion's a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking to throw for it. Setting up the screen. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
So nice when you're an offense and you get in these 3rd and shorts and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to it. Let him do his thing. He hasn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about. Ole Miss found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Oxford. One game, I know, fellas, but it could be one to circle when we consider the big picture there in CUSA.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Tennessee ready to go to work the big orange offense on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
There he goes. They're ripping off chunks of yardage and get it to the 33.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
The Vols come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Volunteers! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one, too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead. They're trying to hold on to it. Bringing it back. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Kent. Turning it on. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught near the sideline, it's Kent. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, He's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in their last game, gets his first sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow it down.
Corner's going to give them room. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is. When the defense gets that stop on 3rd down, fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Running back searching for a hole. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That one comes out hot down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Sets up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Volunteers with the 1st and 10. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Got it! Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Big fella moving. They will score! Touchdown, Tennessee!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Looking for room at the 25. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Vols will kick it off to start the second half. End zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Looking downfield on first down. Got his man quickly. Breaks into the open. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And the Volunteers will try to punch it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown ball!
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Hawaii dug down deep and found a way to secure a coveted road win. And who knows how the pundits will view this one, but I'll tell you this. It sure beats trying to explain a bad loss. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Line getting set on second down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Wants to throw again. Under fire. It's complete along the sidelines. It's a catch inbounds, and it's a first down.
Well, that play was designed for that down and distance, right? You saw how he barely got enough to pick up the first. Really nice job by the play caller there, understanding the situation of what play to dial up.
Arizona moving the ball quickly down the field.
Let's go! Let's go!
To the air on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Arizona comes out with another first down.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Right down the middle. It's complete. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Bounced right back to them.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass on second down. Throws for the tight end. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. These DBs going to give a little cushion. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here's the third interception of the night. Right down the gut of the field. He's at the touchdown Volunteers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And it's his fourth interception of the night.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
On the move, it's straight. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
Give to the running back. Fights off a defender. There he goes. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through three. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They'll go to the ground. Still on his feet. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Here we go.
Back to the ground with the running back.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Off the play fake. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Football 7. Football 7. Here we go.
Direct snap. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Handoff from the gun. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
There's just so much for this defense to think about right now. They've had strong side runs thrown at them. Now the counter. They know that this offense can work in the play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point in the game.
They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He'll toss it. And the 4th option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight, they thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing.
Turning it on. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Running through contact.
Man, so many guys in position, play after play to get this guy on the ground, but Palmer, he just refuses to go down and makes big plays.
And when you make plays like that, David, you're basically guaranteeing yourself more touches as this game goes on because the play caller now knows no matter what, you're going to make dudes miss and make me look good.
The Vols trying to cash it in on first and goal. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. And they'll take a knee. This defense didn't hang its head. They've stood tall after the big play. Third and goal coming. The quarterback takes a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.